Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I'm coming at you with another Wargaming and Miniature video. In today's video, we are going to be exploring and comparing different flocks for trees. Okay, so I have a bunch of these trees from Hickey, and they are wire trees. Well, at least the center stem is a wire, and then there's this plastic brush-like material on it, and it's very shiny. I don't know if you can see the shine on the camera, but the green trees are kind of shiny. You know, they have. Now, I guess I could spray them with a dull coat or something like that, but I've decided that I'm going to use a variety of different flocks here. I think I got like 10. I've got green blend blended turf. I have the earth blend blended turf, and this is a light green coarse turf from Woodland Scenics. I even have the Woodland Scenics 2mm static grass. I have AK's spring, summer, and early fall static grass. And then here I've got Scatter Flower Meadow. I don't think this is Flower Meadow. No, it is not. It's kind of a dark scatter. This is the sawdust, right? And this is, doesn't say, but it's kind of a darker, or it's a solid green, right? We're going to be using that. Okay, so this lid is on the wrong tub. We're going to be using another, that's a very light green, right? And finally, we'll be using this larger, it's coarse, right? You can see the size of it, 6mm sawdust, but where the rest of these are the micro, right? Micro sawdust. Okay, so I need to get all these tubs out of the way, and we're going to do one at a time. All right, so now I have some Mod Podge. This is not Elmer's glue. This is Mod Podge, and a brush. And then we'll try to figure out exactly how I would like to do it. Well, we're going to start off with the green blend Woodland Scenics. Normally what I'll do is I would just put it in there and I would sprinkle it on from there. But with this shaker, I think I should be able to just shake it onto a tree. This should go by pretty easily. What I'm going to do is squirt some Mod Podge on there. Now, this is not watered down. This is straight Mod Podge. And it is, I wanted that because I wanted it to be a little thicker than the watered down stuff. And I probably should do this over a paper towel or something instead of this box. Okay, and then I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to kind of work it in to all the different strands. Try to get a nice even coat all over it, which I think I already have. Okay, now we're going to take this, we're going to shake it on there. Okay. And now we've got a tree with comparatively I like this one better. Okay. Now we'll compare them all in the end. All right, so this next one, we're going to use the Earth Blend. It's a little bit browner. It looks a little bit more like the base. Okay, I've decided to go about this a little bit differently. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this Mod Podge in this medicine cup, and then I'm just going to brush it on. Why? So it doesn't like spill all over my table. Okay, this might not have been a good idea. Okay, completely covered with Mod Podge. We're going to go ahead and shaker this. Now, what I'm trying to determine is which colors look the best. All right, we got one right there. All right, now we're going to go ahead and use the coarse turf right there. I already have done one tree with the coarse turf. I thought it looked really good, and that's what inspired me to try different colors and different textures just to see if we can improve upon it. Okay. And there you go. There's a comparison. All right, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to do spring. Spring is a really bright green. It's a very shockingly bright static grass. All right, and we're going to do same old, same old. Get in there, mix it up. Okay, so the first three that we did, first three we did was foam flock. And now we're doing static grass flock. And then finally we'll do some scatter, which is the sawdust style flock. Okay, that's got an interesting look to it. Not sure if I'm a fan of that. Okay, we're going to try summer next. Summer is kind of a darker color. See right there. Get a tree and kind of straighten it up a little bit. Get it down inside of all these, we'll call them branches. We can get a good, complete, full coat. Hit this. There we go. Multiple shake-offs so that we can make sure that we get all the white glue okay. Now that one just, no, it makes it look fuzzy. I don't know, so far I'm liking the foam. All right, the next one we're going to do is early fall. Early fall has more of the earth blend kind of a color, which I kind of like. I like on the tree. Using the brush to kind of work it in all the hairs. I think I want to put some around the base too. Okay. I don't think I sprinkled enough out. Also looks kind of fuzzy. We'll do a close up in focus comparison. Okay, I think the last static grass that I have is the Woodland Scenics 2 mil static grass, which has a different texture than these. Got to get it all the way into the trunk. And don't drop it. All right, here we go. Yeah, this one's a lot easier to, doesn't clump up like those guys have like clumps. And this is a lot easier to sprinkle. Okay, got kind of a different look to it. We do need to let all of these dry before we can do a real comparison. All right, so now we're going into the scatter. Which I think might be my second favorite. I'm guessing ahead of time. Guess we'll have to figure it out. That's why I'm doing this. It's to help me figure it out, doing a comparison, but also to show you guys. One thing I love about microscatter is it completely covers whatever you put it on. I never have a problem with microscatter. Okay. That does not look bad. Looks almost like there's leaves. I don't know, I think I still like the foam better. But we'll figure it out. Okay, we're going with a different microscatter. Nope. Save that one for last. This is a much lighter skin microscatter. Lighter color. Okay. See how easy this is to pinch and spread? Oh, that one looks good. That one looks really good. We're going to have to compare them. Okay, now finally, this is the only one that I was willing to experiment with. But it's really gross, right? Gross, porous. I don't think this is going to have a good outcome. But sometimes there's happy accidents and things look really good even though you anticipated them not to look good. So I'm going to try it anyway, at least on one tree. And we'll see. It's probably would be okay on some larger trees like 28 mil or, you know, like 7-inch trees. But these 4-inch trees, 3-inch trees, probably not so much. Now I'm going for the smallest chunks. If I see like a big chunk, I'm trying to avoid it. Actually, doesn't look too terrible initially. Okay. Maybe. Actually, it's not too terrible. That looks like a tree covered in sawdust. Just from my initial looks, I think I like this one best. The static grass just makes them look fuzzy. The micro scatter doesn't look too bad at all. Those actually don't look too bad at all. That, no way. Just not gonna do it. And these three look, well, that one looks really good. These two and these two are comparable. The blended turf, I guess it's fine, right? It doesn't say. But you got the earth blend and the green blend. Look very comparable to these, even though that's got a brown, earthy look to it, like maybe a fall. Actually, I think these look the. I don't know. We gotta let it dry. We gotta let it dry before I can make a decision. But this one is way out. That's definitely a no. Okay, so I have 4 more that I'm going to do, and I've decided I'm going to do. Actually, I've got like 100 more to do, but I just want to. It's definitely not going to be static grass. I can tell you right now. Once it dries, we'll take a better look at it, but it's probably not going to be the static grass. It's going to be either the micro scatter or the one of these three. I like the coarse turf because it gives it kind of some meat to it. I don't know if I like that color. I don't think I do. So with these 4, I'm going to do this one, this one, this one, and this one again. And And then once they're all dry, I'll be right back. So that'll be about 30 minutes my time, but it'll be just a few seconds for you. All right, I'll see you in just a minute. All right, as promised, we are back and we've got some focus. So this is a tree default before any flocking. This is a comparison tree. This is the one that I'm going to put over here so that you can compare what the new ones, or I should say the flocked ones, look like comparatively. Now these 4 on the table right here, these are the knock micro scatter trees. You got the dark green and the lighter green, or I should say it's green and then they call that meadow or something, but either way, you get the idea. I think I should do it that way. There we go. Do those look good? Comparatively, right? To remember, we're comparing it to this, but we're also going to be comparing them to each other. I think all these trees look way better than this, right? I don't know. They just feel better, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to kind of scooch them back and keep them on the table just so we're going to compare some other trees. This one, no way, right? I mean, you can see all the fibers. This was the coarse scatter. I don't like that. That's more supposed to be like deadfall, or maybe a larger scale, maybe a pile of rubble or pile of compost or something. I wouldn't use it in the 15 millimeter scale. So this is way out. This is just going to be a no-go. I'm just going to set that way out there. We're not going to use that one for sure. All right, now let's take a look at the static grass versions. Right, we've got Woodland Scenics. I'll put that over here. And then we have the AK Spring. That's spring. And then we've got summer and early fall. Okay. These look fuzzy. That's all the static grass did, was make the trees look fuzzy. Okay, that doesn't look like it's dried. But yeah, that's just fuzz. I don't know if that doesn't look right. The static grass does not look right on the trees, in my opinion. So I'm still thinking that these guys look better than the fuzz. Right? Yeah, these guys look way better. In my opinion. All right, so now we've got some serious considerations on the next set. We've got the blended turf green blend, right? I did a couple of those. We'll take a look at those here in just a second. And then I also did the earth blend, right? Okay, let's get these. And then finally, I've got a couple of coarse turf. Okay, so this is just your blended turf, green blended turf from Woodland Scenics. This is the earth blend, and then these are the light green coarse turf. Okay, now these, in my opinion, are probably the best looking ones. I'm not sure about this guy. I think this it really takes the, this looks hairy, right? Or not fuzzy, but it definitely looks artificial, right? This for sure. But if you take this tree, that looks way better, in my opinion. I think the coarse turf is really the winner. I think the blended turf is really good as well. So let's do this. Let's take the coarse turf. Let's leave those there. I don't think I like this one. I'm going to say no to this one. These look okay, but I think these look better. Those look okay. Again, like I said, but I think these look better. For sure. Okay, but when you bring in just the regular scatter, okay, let's move these coarse turf ones out of the way. Dark green scatter as opposed to turf. This is foam, this is sawdust. Looks kind of fuzzy, not fuzzy, but like you can see the strands. Okay, so maybe that's not as good as that. That is still better. That's okay. In a pinch, this I don't like the strands up top. Down here you don't see them as much. But either way, these still look better. So I think the foam Woodland Scenics is way better than the, not way better, but it is definitely better than the knock ground micro scatter. Now this is zoomed in super close, 6 inches away, you know, but from a foot away, which is where my head is, these look pretty good. These look as good as that. But when you get in close and you micro analyze everything, these still hold up, and then these start showing off their hairiness, or whatever you want to call it, the wooden strands. But on a table from a foot away or 2 feet away, you know, in a big patch of woods, I think these will hold up. These would hold up really good. But as a personal preference, I think I'm going to go with the coarse turf. I think these look better. Even at a foot away, these look better than those and those. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go redo my trees with some coarse turf. I might do a handful, like 10 or 20, with the lighter green. You know, not the dark. Wait a second. What's going on? Yeah, that's the scatter light green. Okay, good. Yeah, because I didn't use the earth blend. I mean, I did use the earth blend, but I don't know if I like the brown. Depending on the season, that might be a good tree. But these guys aren't terrible. So I could do a bunch of dark green static, not static, a dark green foam. I could do a smattering of these and then do the majority of them in this, and that'll give my woods a little bit of variety in color. I could still do the scatter terrain colors, because those don't look terrible. But you can see the difference. I used to play with just this on the table, and that I'm embarrassed. These all look good. The woodland scenics and the micro scatter. The static grass, way out. That's a definite no. They just look fuzzy. And this with the coarse scatter, the heavy scatter, or whatever you want to call it, it's just not good. Micro scatter, foam is best. Coarse turf, which is a foam as well, is... So I would give this a 10. I would give the other foam probably like an 8. And then the scatters, I would give a close 7. And the static grass, I would give like 1s or 2s. Alright guys, well, thanks for coming out and checking out this video. I hope you learned something. I know I did. I am going to have to reflock, or I should say just flock, a bunch of my trees, because I don't want my trees to look like this anymore. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one.